Folks, one of the biggest keys to becoming a successful salmon angler, you could have all the baits produced in the world. You could be in the exact right location at the exact right depth. But there's one key that a lot of people leave out when they're salmon fishing, and it has to do with scent control. If you notice, when you see the guide boats out, they're wearing rubber gloves. And a lot of times when you're fishing with bait, cut bait, eggs, you want to wear those rubber gloves. And the reason being is salmon have an extremely strong sense of smell, the strongest in the animal kingdom. What you want to do is control your scent. And what I mean by that, when you touch a bait, you transfer anything from your hand, even down to amino acids in your oil of your skin, onto that bait. Those salmon can smell that. So one of the things that I try to do religiously is I always keep my boat clean, and I always try to have one person rigging the baits. When I rig a bait, the first thing I do before I get into my tackle box is I wash my hands with a no-scent soap. I get them good and scrubbed up. I go right from there to the box. Once I get to the box, I pull the bait out that I want to use, like this bait right here. Even if it's out of the package, I pull it out, do whatever modifications I'm going to do to it, make it run straight and nice and true. The first thing I do is I get out my brush and I get out my lemon detergent right here. I put a little detergent on the brush, get it wet, scrub the lure down, both sides, top and bottom, wash the lure off in the water, and then I do not set the lure back into the boat. If you set your lures onto the floor of the boat, anything that's on the floor that you've tracked in from outside, gasoline, dirt, whatever it may be, is going to transfer back onto that freshly cleaned plug. What you want to do is just let it hang over the side, hang in the water. You do not want it to go back into the boat. The next thing that I do is I use some form of scent. And my preferred scent is the Smelly Jelly Pro Guide Formula Herring. It smells like herring and a little bit of anise oil. It's got a little bit of glitter in it. And one of the things that I see happen is people will take a big scoop of this and just smear it all over the lure. You don't need to do that. These fish smell extremely well. You don't want to overpower the bait. All you want to do is just take a little bit on your finger and then what I do is I come right underneath the bill right here and I run up each side of the bill. And as this bait travels through the water rolls up underneath the bill in a circular motion and just pulls that scent off. But that scent will stay on there for a long period of time, and it's just a little tiny bit of scent. And then throughout the day, I will pull the plug in, I will rewash it, washing my hands first before touching the plug. I will rewash it and re-scent it up. I've seen lures come out of tackle boxes and they got all kinds of scent smeared all over them. And that is going to deter those salmon. And that's probably the biggest key when salmon fishing is scent control. Make sure and wash your baits, wash your hand, wash your reel handles. After you get done eating your sandwich or whatever you've been eating, you scrub your hands before you touch that bait and the line. And that is a lot of times where the mistake comes when people are not catching fish. So keep that in mind when you're salmon fishing. Be extra clean and you'll catch a lot more fish.